What is going on YouTube? This is Tyler back again with another video, and we are continuing our trend of PSA mail day reveals with a follow-up financial analysis. And today we have an order that I sent off. It is a 22 card express PSA order that I sent off in December. Got the order back sometime around the middle of December, and I've sold just about every single card outside of 2 cards, and we're going to do a complete financial analysis as well as the reveal video for whenever I open this box in December. Here we are in March, and I still have 2 cards left over that I'm going to show you guys, but we're going to do a financial breakdown just to see how well I did on this order. Now, again, this is me spending $150 per card, so keep that in mind. And there was also some very highly volatile cards in here. So overall, this was a positive order. I didn't make as much as I was really hoping for on this, but you know, money is money, and if you're able to turn money fast with pretty easy flips, why not? So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down below. The gem rate on this was phenomenal. We're talking about every card got gem mint except 4. So we're looking at over an 80% gem rate. Again, if you're paying a lot of money for these types of cards, you have to be highly critical of them. So, but let me know what you all think about the cards as well as the financing.
We have our mail day, so everything is situated. We are ready to go. These are some slippery cases. All right, so for those of you who follow the channel, my name's Tyler. I buy cards to grade them and resell. That's basically what I do. So also talk about market analysis from time to time. Have been a little caught up with the holidays. Haven't posted a lot lately. You all have probably seen a theme of that last year. I didn't get to post a whole lot during the holidays. I spending a lot of time with family and traveling. So I do have a lot of card stuff to share with you, whether it be cards that I've bought raw or cards that I've gotten back from PSA, including orders like this. One of the big strategies that I have lately is buying pricier cards and sending them off to get graded, because the turnaround time is really quick. Now with that, there's high risk, high reward. My goal is to try to balance that out by buying a lot of stuff. And then, you know, hopefully I'm doing a pretty good job vetting those things, and, you know, I get good grades after the fact. So if you're buying these as onesies and twosies, you can lose a lot of money. Like even something like this, it's not going to be a gem mint card. I'm going to lose money on this pretty substantially, but in overall, usually it's coming out of my favor, at least with PSA. So we are going to jump straight into this. So first card that I have up, we have PSA 9. This is a Patrick Mahomes Night Moves. This is the super short print. You all can see these cards come in perfect fit sleeves. This card came back a 9. It does have a vertical scratch. May not be visible through this plastic sleeve, but there's a vertical scratch here somewhere on the card. That's why it came back a 9. These cards do not pop up at all. And guess what, guys? Patty Cake is back. #1 in the AFC. All you haters, all you little punks on ESPN saying the Chiefs are done and what's wrong with them, they've been figured out. You guys don't know how to do your job. Me, a podunk YouTuber, has had more faith in Patty and confidence and awareness about how he's been playing than you guys. Guess what? I'm still buying. I bought these cards recently. I've been buying them throughout the entire season. And yes, cards are down for Patty Cakes. This is not his best year because he had a rough patch in the middle of the year. But guess what, guys? Chiefs are right now #1 in the AFC. They are going to be getting the bye, and you have to go through Arrowhead if you want to get to the Super Bowl. So going to be really interesting to see what happens in the playoffs. This is a huge card. Patrick Mahomes Gridiron Marvels. Beautiful. I honestly did not think this card was going to be a PSA 10. I do not know the resale value on this card. I see some people asking some crazy prices on eBay for these. Low pop surfaces on these are really spotty in order to get a 10. So it's going to be really hard to get 10s. Pop is going to be low. This year, doing these Marvels, the Gridiron Marvels, these are super short prints this year. So we're not going to see many 10s of that card moving forward. And guess what, guys? It's not going to be a PSA Express order without some Optic Patty Cakes. And let's just go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's a 7. There's a 10. And there's another 10. So we're gonna just talk about these guys. We're gonna leave that one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 6. If you all saw one of my recent videos, I got a perfect PSA order that came back. And every single Optic Mahomes came back a perfect grade. Let's skip over here to the 7 just to see what this card looked like and why potentially it got a 7. Centering on this looks pretty good, top to bottom, left to right. That's just how the card is. If we look at the back, honestly, I don't really know. Probably something to do with the surface that may be a little bit hidden. Yeah, really hard to see. Interesting. Yeah, that one's a little bit of a head scratcher, but it's probably something that I'm missing, or maybe the Genimate technology picked up something that can't really see. So one of these I'm really excited about, guys. This is a monster. And yes, you can still find these cards out in the wild, and they can be gem mint. Yes, that is a holo. A holo! A holo! I can't believe it. And this card got upcharged. I graded a holo patty cake that came back a PSA 10 in 2021. Soon to be 2022. I mean, look at this. This card was so borderline, very borderline, because the back was right on the cusp of potentially not being where we really wanted it to be for a PSA 10. But this card is a beauty. Left to right centering is perfect. Top to bottom centering is perfect. Yes, that's smaller than that is, but that's the design of the card. That doesn't mean it's off center. Beautiful card, PSA 10, and this is a card that was trading around 4,000. Occasionally you'll see these things dip to around 2,600. Maybe most recently they've gone up to around over the 3,000 range. So I have another one of these in the PC. Now I have another one of these that I can potentially flip. You know, I bought this card raw on eBay in, I want to say it was December, late November, December. It had to be late November because I think that I picked these up around Thanksgiving. So quick turnaround time, really easy way to make maybe around 1,000, 1,500 bucks on this card. So awesome. This card definitely paid off. Another card that paid off, this card is one that's kind of going down. PSA 10s about a month ago were over 1,000. Now these things are pushing 500 to 600. So profitability on this is really shrinking by the day. Justin Herbert, although he's been playing well, I mean, he didn't play well against the Texans, but I mean, he's been playing well overall. I'm a big believer in anything color Justin Herbert. I think it's going to do well in PSA 10s. Mac Jones, 9, probably not going to be that great. And yes, he is on a 2-game losing streak. Yes, if you're buying Mac Jones base cards, you're probably not that smart because they were, what, 2,000 to 3,000 being manipulated left and right. Now there's almost 1,000 Donruss PSA 10s out there. Kind of crazy whenever you think about it. And yes, those things are down to around $200 a pop. So basically break even time for those cards. But if you're getting the rare stuff, I still think rare stuff is going to do fine. For example, Purple Optic, this is a Fanatics exclusive. This is one of the rare parallels. This one came back at 10, so that one's going to do pretty well. The red is going to do really well. It's a team color. These cards are not serial number, but these are very rare. Makes me think that these are probably numbered to 99. So this one came back at PSA 10. That one's beautiful. And then these two guys got upcharged, which I'll take. These guys got upcharged to $300 for the grading fee instead of $150 because the last couple of sales sold over for over $3,000. These are probably not going to sell for over $3,000. I probably could have disputed that range because that was just an anomaly of a sale. But I've got 1 and then 2. So I think that if you're grading rare Mac stuff that's serial numbered, that's a rare color, you're going to do okay. If you're not doing that, if you're grading some of the other stuff, you're probably not going to be doing fine. If it's base cards and you're paying $150 for Express, you're probably losing a lot of money on that. And more cards I'm sending off to get graded. So I've graded one of these as a PSA 9. I think that I broke even on that PSA 9 by the time you factor in that it came back a 9 and the expensive grading fee and the cost of the card. This one's numbered to 100. This is the Cosmic. Woo, guys, I'm under the weather. I don't know what it is. Every single time I go back to Kentucky, I come back and I'm sneezing and I've got headaches and I'm coughing and it's just not good. I don't know what's going on. It's definitely not the COVID, but Omicron ain't going to take me down. Definitely the allergies aren't going to take me down either. There's a lot of crazy weather going on right now. All right, here's another one. This is the Vortex Cubic. So this is numbered to 50. This one came back a 10. I'm very, very happy about that because I graded one of these and I think it came back a 9 as well. And then last but not least, actually I think I have a couple more on here. So I have a pink PSA 10. This one is very, very nice. Serial numbered, number to 199. Again, numbered stuff I think is going to do well. If it's not numbered, not going to do well. All right, so that's box one. We got a couple more cards left. Let's see what we got. So we've got Fernando Tatis Jr., X-Fractor PSA 10. This is probably going to do pretty well. I can't remember the sales. It's either between $800 to $1,200. I know it's a big range, but you're buying these around $300 to $400 raw. Pay $150 to get graded. So you got $550 in the card. If you sell it for $800, you're looking at a little bit of profit. If you sell it for over $1,000, you're doing probably pretty good. And they're easy grades. X-Fractor Otani. So this bad boy came back a PSA 10. So beautiful. Kind of the same thing with the Tatis. These sell for maybe a little bit more. This is one that's a little bit questionable. So yeah, if I get a 4 on these, I'm probably not going to do pretty good. This is going to hold the order down. You pay $150 to get this card graded, only to find out that it's probably going to sell for maybe half of what the raw cost is. And maybe I see it right there. I don't know if it's part of the plastic on this or not. I don't recall anything. Oh, wow. That is huge. Now, I got to say, I don't recall this card looking like this. I have the raw card videos. We will certainly do a review to see if this card has this, but you can see the Jag right there. All right, guys, let me do some reconnaissance to see if my copy had this, because I'm pretty sure that I have the footage for me opening these and sending them off. I may actually include it in this video. We will see, but that's why that card got a 4. Last but not least, look at this beautiful card. Luka Doncic. Neon Orange Pulsar. Autograph number to 15, PSA 10. No, I did not go for the autograph grade and send this as a separate order because you can see it's going off the sticker a little bit. But I remember this card. There was 3 of them that ended on the exact same day. And I got the cheapest version of this card that sold that day because of the autograph. So maybe the autograph is going to hurt me whenever I resell it. But I got a PSA 10 Luka autograph number to 15. So I like that. He's down right now, so this is a card that has the potential to climb in value very, very high, assuming that he starts to get hot. But yeah, that's the order, guys. This is going to be an amazing, amazing resale value. Obviously, the Mac Jones cards are the wild cards because PSA 10s have been doing really, really well, but on this 2-game skid, dropping against the Bills and whoever else it was that they lost to, Colts, maybe? Was it the Colts that they got beat by? Yeah. So I think that may hamper the resale value of these Macs. They'll come back down to earth a little bit, but I think they are playing the Jets here soon. So probably going to end up throwing for 250, 300 yards, 2-3 touchdowns, hopefully no picks. But guys, this is a good order. I'm going to make a couple $1,000s on this. This is way more profitable than any of my bulk orders that have been sitting at PSA that I'm just now getting back because those values have crashed, them being ultra moderns, etc. This is the way to go. It's rare stuff. It's color stuff. This is the stuff that people want nowadays. This is the stuff that is going to be collected. Base stuff is, for the most part, dead. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have any base stuff. I do. I've got a lot of it that's sitting here to get graded. I think it's the right stuff. I won't say all base is dead, but a lot of it kind of is. So you got to be really, really careful out there.
All right, guys. So you've seen the cards. Now I've sold all those cards, and I know that Patrick Mahomes clearly didn't win the Super Bowl. He also didn't play that well in the second half of the Bengals game. We all know this. But at the time, I'm telling you, I was right. Everybody had them counted out, and Mahomes just led them back. Had an amazing first game against the Steelers, and then had perhaps the greatest playoff game ever, the most entertaining playoff game ever against the Buffalo Bills, one where I was literally shitting bricks. So we had a fantastic year, AFC Championship game, not where we want to be. We want to be in the Super Bowl, but still, overall, I'm happy about my patties. Now, let's jump right into the financial analysis here. So as you all can see, I'm hitting you with the sauce right in the beginning. We were positive for this order. We were not that positive. Why is that? Well, honestly, the sales just weren't that good. I mean, what else can you say? The sales really took a downturn. And around this time, the Mac Jones market started to sour. So Mac was doing well, but he went on a losing skid. And that losing skid built a lot of negative press. And one of the big things that really hurt this order was the fact that I got upcharged on these two cards, and they did not pull anywhere near what the previous comp was. And I was a little bit worried about that. You all saw or heard me say in the reveal video, I could have fought these upcharges because more than likely this card is not going to sell for $3,000 again. I didn't get these things out quick enough to get sold. And this is a perfect example. Like, I'm trying to think of what are some, cautions or things that you need to avoid as a seller. This is like one of those things that would make that list. Like, if you have something that's hot and is dropping fast, you got to get it out of your hands. And, every week is crucial and critical. So, I actually got these things out of my hands relatively quick, but still not quick enough. And it really hurt. So we'll go through these in a little bit of detail. So again, this Night Moves card, it never really feels good whenever you spend $1,600 on a card and you only get $800 net after. So, I mean, we're not getting anywhere near what we expected out of the card. That kind of stinks. So you'll typically see that, and that was a big trend, especially early in the year with football. These super short prints get bid up really high because people aren't sure if they're going to get them or not. But then after the collectors get their cards, and in a way I'm kind of collecting some of these, it's almost like the bottom falls out of these super short prints, unless it's like one of those that's highly speculated that Sports Card Investor or somebody else is pumping on the channel, like a Kaboom or something, which to me is one of the stupidest inserts it's ever made, at least one of the most hyped. It's not stupid insert, it's just one of the most overhyped inserts ever made. But yeah, that's just kind of how a lot of these earlier inserts have gone, and I wasn't expecting that for Night Moves, but that one definitely crashed. Gridiron Marvels, I haven't really found another PSA 10 sale. Honestly, I haven't looked at about a month, so there might be one out there that has sold. The Mahomes, on the other hand, really frustrating. I mean, I sold these as a lot. You can see 4692 divided by 5. So basically, I sold this lot through Probstein for over $5,000. After fees, we're getting a little less than $1,000 a card. It's still a great return. You can see, though, I'm very picky about the cards that I've paid for, and there's a huge variation in what I paid for each card. Today, if I were buying those, which I still am, I'm always buying patty cakes, I would not be paying these prices. And more than likely, I was buying these at some point in, say, October, November, and I picked these cards up in, I would say Thanksgiving. I want to say it was whenever I picked them up. So I was paying prices that really reflected more of maybe week 4, week 5 market, which at that point, the market was kind of coming down a little bit for for everything really, Mahomes, as he was in the middle of that slump, which was way overblown. He ended up having an amazing year. Most difficult strength of schedule in the league for 2021. There's a lot of things that were going on around that time. He was throwing interceptions going through people's hands, and people were blaming him for it, blaming his footwork or whatever. It's like, you idiots. Have you all not watched him for the past 4 years? He throws no-look passes. His best pass is on the run. Like, he can do anything with his legs. What are you talking about, feet work or footwork? Stupid Dan Orlovsky. Get off ESPN. You're a moron. All right, enough of that. So the prices I was paying for these was maybe a little high. And they also didn't get the value that I wanted at auction. It's funny, if you look at PSA 10s now, even after the Bengals loss, PSA 10 optics, I mean, I won't say I looked a couple weeks ago, they're in the $1,400, $1,500 range. So it's like every time I get these in my hand, the market is bad. Like, it's just bad timing for getting these cards back, which kind of sucks. I still have the Holo, and yeah, the Holo hit close to 4,000. It may be in the 3,000 now. So whenever I put estimations here, I'm always super conservative with especially if it's a card like this. I'm usually pretty conservative with my projections. So in actuality, I'm probably going to be higher than an 18% ROI because I'm going to likely do pretty well on that Holo. And, there's going to be a point in time where that card goes back up to 3,500, maybe 4,000 at peak Mahomes Mania. But yeah, 2,500 is probably a good floor. Blue Scope Herbert, again, that card came down way down. We're talking about a card that was going for 1,000 and ends up selling for, what was that, close to 500 after fees. I get about 448. Then again, the Macs. So this Mac 9 obviously lost a little bit on that. This Mac, I basically broke even by the time you throw in the $150 fee. I made a little bit of money, I guess, maybe like $20 or $30. I can go to In-N-Out and get my 2x2 protein style, as I've said previously. Then the red, again, these are going to do well. So we're talking about a couple $100 profit on the red. A couple $100 profit, gosh, not a lot, but yeah, just a couple $100 profit on the first silver proof. The next silver proof, we're talking about me having $633 by the time you factor in the fee, and I only sold it for $510, so that one I took a loss on. So overall net on these, I made maybe $100 or $200 by sending them express. Again, that's better than nothing. It's a far cry from that $3,000 sale that did hit. And obviously I sold this one first and then sold this one a week later, and yeah, just not really good sales. This Revolution Cosmic, again, maybe made around $100 on that. The saving grace is that I sent in cards that were PSA 10-able. So basically, if you're paying $150 a card, they better be PSA 10s. Certified Pink came back, probably break even. That's what it looks like. The X-Fractor Tatis made a couple $100 on that. So I told you the bottom of that was, $800 to $1,200. I got basically the bottom after fees. So, I'll take it, I guess. The Ohtani X-Fractor, I think that was probably the bottom of that also. Yeah, I'm just, selling things at the bottom of the market. What can I say? I'm just such a great seller. It's what you get whenever you just throw stuff up through consignment. And I know that. So I know I'm not going to maximize my dollars, but my game is, turning inventory, get cards graded, turn inventory. I buy these cards and, 2 months later, if I can turn literally $13,624 at a 20% ROI in 2 months, do you think I'm not going to do that? I'm absolutely going to do that. Now, again, is this in line with historical trends for what I've done? No. Is this in line with what I've done since this order that I'm dropping this video today? Have I done much better than this with recent express orders? Absolutely. So keep tuned into the channel. You're going to see a lot more of these express orders that I have that I've really just got to open up. So express and regular orders and economy orders. So I've got several of those outstanding that are in the queue. So again, this is just one of many quick orders that we're going to be doing on the channel, just to give you an example of what's working and what's not working, and also how I'm doing it whenever it comes to that. So again, the key to this ROI, I'm not having to wait a year. Like one of my last bulk orders that I showed you on the channel, we're talking about an order that, again, I waited a year to get a 38% ROI, a little over a year. So this is 2 months at 18% ROI. I can do that 6 times. I can keep turning that money, at 6 times compared to the other order. So I like doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. So looking at this Bowman Chrome Mega Ohtani 4, I've got 550 invested in the card, and I sold it for 114. So yeah, that kind of hurts. Got to make up for that somewhere. This is also a disappointing sale, and I think a lot of it had to do with Luka coming out of the gate kind of slow and also being hurt. I can't really say anything else about it. Luka now, today, if I had this card in a PSA 10 grade, probably over $2,000. Luka post All-Star break is balling. I mean, he just deboed the Lakers and LeBron James. And he's playing great. He was player of the month in February. He's continuing that, just blew out the Warriors, had 41 points against the Warriors. I want to say almost a triple-double. So, I mean, Luka's starting to get more flair and hobby love. It's so funny. This market is becoming hot potato. It's like Steph Curry was hot earlier, and then it went to Nikola Jokic, and then Giannis was hot there for a while, and then Joel Embiid, and now Luka, and LeBron was hot at some point, but definitely not anymore. It's just crazy just how this market, especially basketball, is so influenced by on the court performance in the season. And that's one of the things I dislike about the sports card basketball market. Baseball is much more stable. Like, it's hard to change a batting average. You know, if you're batting 280, 290, yeah, you can get on some hot streaks and cold streaks and definitely fall. But I mean, it's just like things average out. Now, I'm kind of putting my foot in my mouth here, because actually baseball's turning into that as well, where if Ohtani doesn't get a hit, oh God, the sky is falling. If Acuna or Soto don't get a hit, oh, sky is falling. So there's a lot of that as well. It just seems like basketball, the hot potato from one guy to the next, is much more extreme, probably because there's a lot more just honestly speculation in basketball. It's the most speculated sport, and to me it's the most volatile, even among your superstars. So like at any given point in time, if the market is saying buy Giannis, don't buy Giannis, go buy somebody else. If the market is saying buy Luka, don't buy Luka, go buy somebody else, because more than likely the hot potato is just going to keep passing around. The key is to buy the cold potato that's eventually going to be hot, because you know, that's just how this basketball hobby is. It's just really, really interesting. So even with that, me getting a gym mint grade, 1204 plus 150, it's what, $13.50 invested in the card. I sold it for $14.51 after fees. I made $100. That kind of sucks. That's definitely not what I would expect out of a gym mint 10 Luka. So, you know, kind of is what it is. But at the end of the day, it got me around $2,400, 18% ROI, and I'm able to take that money, which I have done, and I've bought more cards, a lot more cards. So overall, it worked out pretty well. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you all like this format change where I'm showing you the cards and the finances, or would you rather have these be separate videos like I've always done, where I'm showing you more of the video of the break and then I show you the finances later? Let me know what you think down below. Anything that you see in this order that you're like, haha, you shouldn't have done that, or oh, maybe you should have done a different strategy. Always like to hear your thoughts and also what you're doing as well. So thanks for checking out the video. Always hit the like, subscribe button, and we will see you next time.